A nation who doesn't remember his fallen soldiers will never rise. According to the Webster's English Dictionary, the definition of a martyr is one who is put to death or endures great suffering on behalf of any belief, principle, or cause. This definition is most befitting to one of our greatest ancestors in a long lineage of noble warriors. The one we speak of is the revolutionary Fred Hampton.
We work with anybody and form coalition with anybody that has revolution on their mind. We're not a racist organization because we understand that racism is an excuse used for capitalism, and we know that racism is just a byproduct of capitalism. Everything would be all right if everything was put back in the hands of the people, and we're going to have to put it back in the hands of the people. And why they want to get rid of me? Because I'm saying something that might wake up some other exploited people and some other oppressed people, and if all these people ever get together, then these pigs that are exploiting us, we'll be able to run them into the lake. That's why they want to get rid of us.
Fred Hampton was born August 30th, 1948, and was raised in the Maywood suburbs of Chicago. He was an excellent student who was known and loved by many in his community. At an early age, he joined the fight for equality and freedom for his people. He was only 17 when he joined the NAACP and eventually became youth president of the Illinois chapter. He was a master orator, full of charisma. As a teenager, he organized over 500 black youth to lobby city officials to improve the academic and recreational institutions in the black community. And in 1968, like many other young black activists, he became disenchanted with the NAACP, and he joined the Black Panther Party.
If you dare to struggle, you dare to win. If you dare not to struggle, then goddamn it, you don't deserve to win. Let me say peace to you if you're willing to fight for it.
The dark brown shades of my skin only add color to my tears. That splash against my hollow bones that rocks my soul.
In America, black people are treated very much as the Vietnamese people or any other colonized people, because we're brutalized. The police in our community occupy our area. Our community as a foreign troop occupies territory, and the police are there not to, in our community, not to promote our welfare or for our security and our safety, but they're there to contain us, to brutalize us and murder us, because they have their orders to do so. And just as the soldiers in Vietnam have their orders to destroy the Vietnamese people.
Once again, his charisma and orator skills shot him through the ranks of the Black Panther Party. He eventually became the deputy minister. Under his leadership, the People's Clinic excelled, and the breakfast program for children reached new heights.
People learn by example. I don't think anybody has an argument with that. I think that when Huey P. Newton said that people learn basically by observation and participation, I think that everybody caught on to that. So what we're saying very simply is that if they learn by observation and participation, then we need to do more acting than we need to do writing. And I think the Black Panther Party is doing that. That we didn't talk about a Breakfast for Children program, we've got one.
Come on in, little brother. Come on in, little sister. Y'all can sit down and get something to eat.
Due to his dynamic ability to organize and mobilize, he quickly became chairman of the Black Panther Party.
See, the thing is with me, you dig, I need to know some more about it. I wish you had some more literature about the educational thing here. Because, you dig, as far as we're concerned, in the struggle, the way we look at struggle is that this depends on the educational thing, you dig. Because
this depends on the education. Well, the whole thing.
No, but in the end, this does. You can form this with no education. You can form this.
No, not the way we're talking about forming it. You know, right. We're talking about forming it right. You know, it's not on the paper. We didn't write it on the paper.
Form it right with no education.
No.
Let me give you an example. Jomo Kenyatta formed the excellent revolution with no education. And on the end thing, Jomo told the motherfucker, said, well, you know, you've been educated to hate the enemy, but I'm your brother. I help you lead the revolution. Now I'm going to oppress you. Another example, Papa Doc in Haiti. Papa Doc in Haiti hated everything white. Man, you couldn't put this white paper in front of Papa Doc's face. But he moved all the white people out and he took over and be oppressed. He did, cause of no education. And the people that had been educated, they just said that we don't hate the motherfucking white people, we hate the oppressor, whether he be white, black, brown, or yellow. So we got to know the educational program to find out what is going to be in the finale. A lot of people, Jomo Kenyatta is called not a revolutionary, but an ex-revolutionary. So is Papa Doc. They brought on a successful revolution. That thing in the Mao's was a bitch. Bantu freedom fighters, all that kind of action. What we saying is that it's the end. That you don't judge Castro now. You can't do it. Nobody in this room could judge whether Castro's going to be a revolutionary or not. You know what I mean? We're talking about things, you know what I mean, with China, the People's Republic, and even at the stage they're in now, talking about even going on further into a communistic state. That's what we're talking about. Those are revolutionaries. So we got to understand here the educational program that you have to be able to figure out whether it will go on the right lines where the people will end up in a situation where they can be able to really control themselves. You understand what I'm saying? With no education, the people to take this local foundation and start stealing money because they won't be really educated to why it's the people's thing anyway. You understand what I'm saying? With no education, you have neo-colonialism instead of colonialism like you got in Africa 9, like you got in Haiti. So what we're talking about is there has to be educational program. That's very important. As a matter of fact, it's so important for us that a person has to go through 6 weeks of our political education before he can consider himself a member of the party, able to even run down ideology for the party. Why? Because if they don't have an education, then they're nowhere. You dig what I'm saying? They're nowhere because they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. You might get people caught up in the emotionalist movement. You understand me? You might get them caught up in because they're poor and they want something. And then if they're not educated, they want more. And before you know it, they'll be capitalists. And before you know it, we'll have Negro imperialists.
He began to cross color lines, organizing different ethnicities, and educating them about class and how it affects all people.
Now, we say all power to all people. We say white power to white people. White power. Brown power to brown people. Brown power. Yellow power to yellow people. Yellow power. Black power to black people. Black power. All power to people. That's saying that no matter what color you are, there's only two classes. And that's saying there's a class over here and there's a class over there. And the reason that this class over here has never did anything to get this class off its back because this is lower, this is upper. This is the oppressed, this is the oppressor. This is the exploited, this is the exploiter. And these people in this class have divided themselves. They say, I'm black and I hate white people. I'm white and I hate black people. I'm Latin American and I hate hillbillies. I'm hillbilly and I hate Indians. So we fight amongst each other.
This became known as the Rainbow Coalition. He collaborated with the Young Lords, a Puerto Rican organization, the Blackstone Rangers, a well-known street gang, Students for Democratic Society, just to name a few. This naming concept would eventually be adopted by Jesse Jackson, but the root of this concept began with Fred Hampton. And what made this man a powerhouse? His organizational skills were not limited to politics. He also orchestrated several gang truces around Chicago, encouraging them to uplift the black community, not tear it down. This was one of many qualities that led to severe hostility from the FBI and the Chicago Police Department. In the COINTELPRO, counterintelligence program, sanctioned by the United States government, J. Edgar Hoover launched the FBI to bring down and destroy the efforts of the Black Panther Party. Their goal was to rid the possibility of any black messiah arising. That's one that would rid the dysfunctions in their community, and one that would unify the people for change against the system of oppression. Hoover and the U.S. government fully understood that their prison system was available at their disposal to silence anyone who was looking to create change, especially revolutionary change. With Fred being such an agent of change that could mobilize people into action, he was definitely included amongst those arrested. He was arrested on trumped up charges for robbing a store for $71 worth of ice cream bars. Yes. After being released, he went back to work immediately, working for the revolution. As Fred Hampton intensified his efforts, so did the Chicago police and FBI. This led to the recruitment of William O'Neill by the FBI.
My recruitment by the FBI was very efficient, very simple really. I'd stolen a car and went joyriding over the state limit, and they had a potential case against me, and and I was looking for an opportunity to work it off. And a couple of months later, that opportunity came when FBI agent Roy Mitchell asked me to go down to the local office of the Black Panther Party and try to gain membership.
He was able to get close up on Chairman Fred, even becoming one of his bodyguards.
We're very confident that nobody's coming in the front door. One day, there's nobody. No gas. Nobody getting on the roof, Joe. I want you to know that. Nobody getting on the roof. You believe in, what is it, fire, cover, and time?
William O'Neill, on December 3rd, slipped a barbiturate into the drink of Fred Hampton, ensuring that he would be asleep for the mass murder prepared by the police department. On December 4th, at 4:30 a.m., a pre-dawn raid took place at 2337 West Monroe Street. 12 officers opened fire, assassinating Fred Hampton while laying in bed with his girlfriend, Deborah Johnson. In this raid, Fred Hampton and Mark Clark were both assassinated. Deborah Johnson, his girlfriend, along with 4 others, survived, but were seriously wounded.
Pigs kept on shooting. So I kept on hollering out. Finally, they stopped. They pushed me and the other brother by the kitchen door and told us to face the wall. Heard the pig say, he's barely alive, he'll barely make it. I assume they were talking about Chairman Fred. So then they started shooting the pigs, they started shooting again. I heard the sister scream. They stopped shooting. The pig said, he's good and dead now. The pigs were running around laughing, and they were really happy, you know, talking about Chairman Fred is dead. I never saw Chairman Fred again.
This raid was ordered by the FBI, carried out by the Chicago Police and Cook County, Illinois State Department office, led by Edward Hannaran. This brutal act of state repression took the lives of one of the greatest revolutionary fighters at the tender age of 21. Although he died young, he left a lifetime of work and a legacy. Over 5,000 mourners attended his funeral. Many argue that Chicago would be a different place if Fred Hampton were still here to continue the revolution.
They came in our community just like a thief in the night. And they just snatched Fred's life just like that, you know. And it's just like, why? Why? This brother didn't have done nothing to none of you all. The only thing that this brother has done was to instill a sense of pride and dignity and self-determination in his people.
This great leader gave his life for millions of black people in America today. But as Fred Hampton says,
I might not be back, I might be in jail, I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. I don't believe I'm gonna die because I got a bad heart. I don't believe I'm gonna die because of lung cancer. I believe that I'm going to be able to die what I was just the thing that I was born for. I believe that I'm going to be able to die high off the people. I believe that I will be able to die as a revolutionary in the international revolutionary proletariat struggle. And I hope that each one of you will be able to die in the international proletariat revolutionary struggle, or even be able to live in it. And I think that struggle is going to come. Why don't you live for the people? Why don't you struggle for the people? Why don't you die for the people?